Now everyone's connecting in. This is great. Another lovely evening, isn't it, outside? You can't beat it. It's good for us. It's good for us. It's good for the soul. It's good for every little bit of us. We are starting lying on our backs today. So get yourself comfy, lay back. You have made the biggest commitment of all now. You've carved out the time and you're here and we are ready to start. Lovely gang. Really nice, juicy, nourishing class for you now coming up. So I hope you like it as much as I do. Lie back onto your backs, make yourselves as comfy as possible. We'll be on our back for maybe about, it could be about 5 minutes-ish at the start. So just make sure you're warm. You know, I just don't want you feeling kind of cold feet-wise or whatever. Cozy, warm, on your back, totally relaxed. Use whatever props you need or want. And I'll go back to my mat and we'll get going. Right, here we are, our Thursday class, our kind of wind down class to a degree. Like, I hope that you feel relaxed. That's the number one thing I want you to get from our session this evening and every week that you do this session. The design of it isn't to pump you up and charge you up and kind of, you know, completely lift your energy. The design of this class is to have a little think, have a little rest, and at the same time get a very beneficial, deep and effective stretch into parts of your body where you might need it. So once you've got your position, you feel comfortable, you've made any little adjustments that you need to, lying back onto your mat. Of course, if you prefer sitting up, absolutely do. We want to take the pressure off. We want to take the weight off. We want to take any tension that might be lingering there for the day so far, or maybe since you practiced yoga last. We want to try and help that tension fade and melt away from the body. And we do that, we actually do it with our mind. You know, we can really control a huge amount of this. The more we learn about ourselves, the more we learn about our bodies. So we start by taking a nice deep breath in and out. Relaxing breath in and out. We experience our whole body melting down onto the surface, onto the mat, that support that's there for you. And notice how you can sink a little deeper with every exhalation. Every breath out will help different parts of your body come down bit by bit. Now we bring our awareness to our hearing, the sensation of hearing. We may hear things outside of the house. We might hear things in other rooms. But then bring your hearing back into the room that you're in. And become quite aware of the room that you're in, even with your eyes closed. And within that room, aware of yourself on the mat. Aware of the contact points between you and the mat. Aware of the stillness of your physical body. And the energy of your breath. These moments precious and a chance to transition from the day so far and move into the present moment where it's all about honoring your needs. Sometimes when we look at our day, our week, if you look at your arrangements over a weekend or whatever, sometimes it's good to be prompted again to ask yourself the question, who am I honoring by doing these things? Are we fulfilling and honoring our needs, our deepest needs, our individual requirements at that time, on that day? Or are we putting others first all the time? It is difficult to strike a balance there, absolutely. And some commitments just must be fulfilled, but a reminder to take the time, like you're doing right now, to take that time to look after yourself because you're so worth it. Don't neglect yourself. And it's exactly what we aim to do now. We aim to look after ourselves. We aim to move ourselves very healthily, quite deeply. And we can start by just rolling out the wrists, rolling out the feet, and just stretching and moving in any intuitive way that you feel the body is ready for. When you're lying down, your body will naturally go for certain positions, lengthening positions, or sometimes you'll crave like just pulling your knees up to your chest. So I need you to be very specific for what your needs are right at this moment. It's a little bit of freestyle, and it's a little bit of you time. Let's bring the hands at the back of the neck. Thumbs now are just at the sides of your neck. 2 feet are wide as your mat, so the knees are wide as well. And this is the windscreen wiper movement. I kind of like this one. Bringing 2 knees all the way over in one direction, gorgeous tummy and waist, stretch hips as well, and then all the way over in the other direction. So we're just slowly melting a bit of movement into the middle of the body and throughout the hip joints, and it's lovely and gentle. But what you'll pick up on is small, subtle differences between the sides. Possibly, you might feel like your knee touches the ground on one side, doesn't as comfortably do that on the other side. I'd like you to slow right down now when you get all the way in one direction. And then there'll be a bottom knee and a top knee. So one knee is pretty much close to the ground. The other knee is way off the ground, naturally. So the top knee is the off the ground knee. I'd like you to gently push the top knee to the front of your mat. And you'll feel a slow and deep thigh stretch, quad stretch, coming up into the front of your hip stretch going on. So it's kind of like you're trying to shoot the front top knee way down there, that direction, away from your head. Nice. Try the other side now. That's quite a different kind of stretch. You're all the way over now. There's a top knee, there's a bottom knee. The top knee is the one that I feel gives you a bit of leverage here with the stretch. So trying to keep both elbows close to the ground, keeping the head and neck relaxed. And you're using the strength of your top leg to go further, go deeper with this shape, this position. And it just gets in there quite nicely. Lovely. Now come all the way back and now heel toe walk the feet together. Match the soles of the feet up and let the knees out. And we're going to just rock side to side, like you're allowing one knee to hit the floor and then the other. And what you might feel with that, like I do now, is like you're getting a little massage through the back of the pelvis. Lovely. It's gentle. There isn't much to that now. Gentle groin stretch. And you'll just feel like you're rolling over your glutes, so a little massage to that area. Nice. Easy. Now, slow down that movement somewhere in the center. Press the feet hard enough into one another, quite strong. And while the feet are helping your legs stretch, let's soften the neck. So you can use your thumbs now to give your neck a little rub at the sides. And you can just rub, dig, massage, investigate, get curious there. You can't do yourself any harm here. These are just neck muscles you're poking in on. But it can feel quite nice to give them a little rub therapeutically. Now what's lovely to rub therapeutically now is your temples. So bring your two fingers, index and middle finger, to the temples and just give the temples a little rub. You can keep the feet active or relax them now at this stage. So just a few gentle circles, one direction, and then we just change the direction. I always feel like that you could stay doing for like 5 minutes and it'll feel gorgeous. It's a real little soother, isn't it? It's just like, chill. All right. Now take those knees back together again. Feet quite close to the bum. Hands down, palms down on the mat. And I'd like you to really press the hands into the mat and you should feel your tummy muscles switch on a little bit. So the action of your arms switches your ab muscles on. Now we do a pelvic tilt, pressing the lower back into the mat, peel your spine up, keep pressing into the hands and now add pressure into the feet. So feet and hands are the main areas that are getting you up to a height here. Lower all the way down. And then we can relax the arms and then repeat. Lower back presses to the floor, hands press to the floor, you lift your bum, push into the feet, push into the hands, big breath here now, lots of expansion across the front of the body. And then come all the way down, we've got one more, okay? So just relax the hands when you come down and we go again, push into the hands, push into the feet, lift the hips. Breathe, big belly breaths here. So get plenty space and expansion all the way into the front. Great. And come all the way back down again. Handy. Stretch out one leg long. Hamstring stretch the other leg. Hold on to the back of the hamstrings and just hold on to or roll out the top ankle there. Just get it freed up a little bit more before we put a bit of pressure into the ankles and feet. And then same to the other side. Straighten out. And then up you go. Oh, that feels good. I had a lovely walk on the Blue Way today and it was just spectacular. And the legs kind of probably went too far, but they feel it a little bit. So this is feeling great. All right, now knees over hips, shins, tabletop position, feet point up to the ceiling, arms reach up overhead. Strengthen your core, your center, by pressing your lower back into the mat. Phrases like imprint your spine into the mat now are good here, or connect every joint in your spine to the mat, and breathe here. Just hold the position. Don't need you to do much else now. Just a little switch on for the center, for the middle. Perfect. Feet down, arms out wide. 2 knees go all the way one direction. Get a massive stretch there for yourself. Huge rotation there to be had. And then all the way over to the other side. And then we'll come up to sitting. Okay. So give yourself a good lengthening twist there now, each direction. And then let yourself slowly come up to sitting any way that feels good for you. If you like to sit on blocks, do. We won't be there for too long, so if you don't have them, not a bother. Just take your time. You've been on your back now for a while, so just giving the head a little chance to get used to it, to come on up, hands onto the knees. We're going to do our cat and cow in this position, okay? So head and tail out, up, back, and then round, melt, slouch. Inhale, up you come, like you're coming up for air. And exhale, melt, drop, round. As you're doing this, think of the positions your back might have been in for the day so far, and know that you're doing it some good by slowly reaching it out of those positions. Come back to the center point now. We're going to lean over to one side and then lean over to the other. As you do this, you might get clicks and cracks happening in the back as the different parts of it release. You might feel, it just feels stiff going one way, fine going the other, just little side movements. How about side forwards, around and back? Back a little bit, side, like you're doing circles. I think of this one when I'm doing it, and I feel like, I automatically go into a cleaning a pot mode. So imagine you are the scrubber and you are trying to scrub all the way around that pot, the whole thing. So change the direction. Welcome to my world, and I'm sure everyone else is cleaning pots. Not that we need to be thinking about that now. But you get me. You're going all the way around, leaving nothing behind. It's a lovely way to move your spine. Difficult, so some might find that a bit tricky, but look, it's nice. It's something to try out. Hope anyone isn't thinking about cleaning up their kitchen now after what I've just said. Let's forget the kitchen. Reach the arms all the way up. Now one arm reaches, gorgeous, and then the other. Make the best of that now. One arm up, gorgeous reach, and then the other. And then we go a little further and deeper, and then we're going into all fours. So all the way over to one side. Pause, breathe, show off your head, your armpit to the ceiling. So you're facing up, your armpit's reaching up. So it's like you've rotated backwards a little bit, and then over to the other side. So over and down, not the biggest stretch, over and back. A little bit more value to be had there if you can do it. It's kind of a rarer space. It's a place that we don't push into or encourage our bodies into regularly. But when you're tilted down a bit more, that's kind of more routine for the body, so it doesn't get the best out of it. So come on out of it, shrug your shoulders, meet you in all fours, cat and cow for yourself, just another little limber up for the spine, and then we'll be flowing a little bit, okay? So clear the mats, no blocks on the mats. Just give yourself lots of space now and take care of your spine. Improvise here now. Close your eyes and can you go with the flow? What's your body really crave now? It might even want child's pose. It might want tail wags. It might want shoulder movements. But all we want to do here is kind of guide and scoop and listen to the body and free up whatever little bit of you there now feels like it could do with your attention. And the same goes for the arms. Just back off the hands for a sec, give them a little roll around, link the fingers, figure of eights, or any weird and wonderful movement. Nothing can go wrong here. This is just funny movement, random movement, whatever goes. Up to downward dog then. The arms are juiced up and ready to go. Hips up. And let's take care of our ankles. Little steps. One heel toward the floor, then the other. Walking, stepping, moving. Okay, widen out the feet and continue the crack there. So when your feet are a bit wider, you're stretching slightly different fibers of the calf and the Achilles. So it just mixes it up a little bit for your body. Now keep the feet wide. Let's move forwards to a strong plank. And in plank, really push those heels away from you. Strong pressure into the heels. Push the ground away from you. Great. Back up to downward dog. And now we're going to leave the feet wide and walk the hands back along, heels on the ground, and we hang upside down. Roll out the wrists, shoulders, neck, nod it, as if you're saying yes. Rotate the neck as if you're saying no. Dangle the shoulders to the point of you almost feeling the skin across your upper back stretch. Right, toes are relaxed. Pressure and weight into the heels, deeply, deeply down into the heels. Just to give you a beautiful leg stretch, back of the legs, spine having a little bit of space. And now we bend the knees, crawl the hands forward. We're going to take the left foot to the front. Left hand on the left knee. I'm on my fingertips here now on the right. And rotate. Let's have a little look up to the ceiling. Push into that left knee. Help yourself rotate. Strengthen the back leg a little bit more. Brilliant. Drop down the back knee. And now we'll take both hands forward and up. And squeeze the back bum cheek to give you a beautiful hip flexor stretch. So that's the front of your right hip. To challenge your balance a little more, you could look up in between your two hands. All if that suits you, if you feel comfortable doing it. Now hands into your heart center, rotate as far left as you're comfortable. Touch your elbow just outside the knee. Great. If you want to go a little further, you could take the back knee off the floor now as well. I feel like I'm kind of maxed out with my twist there now, so you take that one further if you'd like. Okay, hands to the mat, hands to the floor. Back to plank. Back to downward dog. Wag the tail. Move the feet around a little bit. Great job. Let's go out wide again with the feet. And walk the hands back along. Soften the knees as you're going back. And you're upside down again. Again, it's about upper body melt. So shoulders chill, head nod it as if you're saying yes, really to help your neck muscles. Relax the toes. You can always rotate the neck as well, as if you're saying no. Push into the heels to really feel as if you're extending the backs of your legs. You're pushing a lot of power all the way up through the backs of your legs by doing that. Bend the knees. We're taking it forwards again with the hands. Now the right leg is coming up front. Right hand onto the right knee. I'm up on my fingertips now on the left, and it's rotation. Strengthen the back leg as you rotate by pushing into the top of the thigh. That's going to get you around just a little further. It strengthens your shoulders as well. Try not to have the two shoulders up near your ears. Make sure you're giving your neck a lot of space. Great job. Let's lower down the back knee. We float the arms forward. Just give ourselves a chance here. And then when you feel stable, left bum cheek, squeeze. It makes all the difference. And all the way up with your arms. You can gaze, look up. If you feel like you can control that, if you've got the stability for that. But if it's a wobbly day, it's a wobbly day. You just got to look forwards and go with the flow of what your body wants to do, is able to do comfortably today. Then hands come down into your heart center. Big breath in and out. And then we twist. We go as far around to the right as you feel comfortable. Perhaps you can get the elbow just outside the knee. Maybe you can even lift the back knee off the mat. Now, that's one for the more advanced folk practicing. You know that move, you know how to do it. Lengthen your spine from head to tail, no matter what. Keep your breath strong and steady. And then hands to the mat, and it's back to downward dog. Hang out here in downward dog, enjoy it. It's a lovely little freestyle move, you know. It's so rare you get to go upside down. So rare that you get to work your ankles at this position in this range. Great for the calves, great for the ankle strength and foot strength. All right, slowly walk to the middle of the mat. And we're going to slowly slide the hands up the legs, nice and slow. No rush with it. Till eventually we're all the way up, middle of the mat. We're just giving ourselves a chance to be standing for the first time properly, you know. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, calming breaths now. All the way up, 3 of these. Exhale for calmness. Inhale all the way up. Exhale for calmness. Now we take the hands behind our back, interlace them, draw the shoulders back. And once you have the shoulders back, then it's hands back. In this position, play around with your head position. You can move a little to one side or to the other, kind of figuring out what exact angle feels tight or feels like it could just do with your time without looking up. You know, there's loads of random moves there you can do very, very safely. Okay, release. Oh, feels great. Okay, hands back into your heart center, heel toe those feet together. Now, when your legs go together like this, your body, your mind preps for balance. It thinks, whoa, my center of gravity now is narrowing, so everything is switching on now for a balance challenge. You're well able for it. So one leg bends and goes behind you. Little quad stretch. The priority is to keep your hips on the level. What we don't want to do here is kind of collapse into that. That just puts too much pressure on one hip. It I won't say overstretches it, but it doesn't give it anything to do. When you keep yourself strong and tall here, then the standing legs hip has a little bit of strength work to do. Win-win. Get strong for your tummy, for your core. Now, from this position, I'd like you to try and squeeze both hips to push both hips forward. And then you should get into your quad in a little bit more depth in terms of the stretch. Now, I know the standing leg is getting a tiny bit tired now. Send it oxygen. Give it what it needs to do this. Fantastic. Slowly bring that leg forward. So now you've got a hold of the knee. Strong standing leg is working pretty hard still. Let's guide the knee out to the side. Reach out in a T position with the arms. Can you hold that variation of tree pose? Keep tall. Push into the standing leg's heel. Yes, you do feel your glute firing up. That would be normal, good, and it means you're doing it right. If you really feel like your cheek is working hard, well done. Hands back into your heart center, knee back down. Now you give yourself a little wiggle and a rub. Fantastic. You ready to do the other side? Absolutely, because this leg in the air has had a rest. It's the standing leg that does it all there. All right. First, quad. Got it. Hands on. You can just put the free hand on your hip, but your priority is this balanced pelvis. Once you've got that, and you feel like you captured your balance, you're then squeezing your glutes to push them forwards, giving us a beautiful Quad stretch, just what we need, nice and deep. Experience the whole body at work here, you know. You'd be thinking, I'm doing this for my quad, one muscle. No, there is a lot going on here. Push into the strong standing legs heel to lift you a little taller, because we'll all drop here. So up a little taller. And then gather. Ready? Out with the knee. Out with one arm. And if you can do the next bit, whoa, whoa, whoa. Go for it. Push into the standing legs heel. That's the stability hip. That's the one that's gaining most of the strength here. Relax the toes on the floating leg, just in case they're gripping. Relax those shoulders, just in case they're trying to do the work. Nice. Bring in that leg, drop it down, give it a wiggle out, and then go out really, really, really wide. No need for blocks or anything now here. A little bend in the knees, stick your bum out behind you, and melt and melt and melt and melt down till you get your fingers, or whatever you get to the floor. Hands, fingers, doesn't matter. You're down low now. You're completely upside down again. And you're just doing all the things you did earlier. Relaxing the head, neck, and shoulders. You can nod your head as if you're saying no, rock it, or just ensuring that it feels like kind of a dead weight at the moment to give you space and a break in terms of your neck muscle activity. Push down into the feet, energize the ground like by pushing into it, and you'll feel inner thighs, maybe calves. You'll feel a lot of areas, get a decent stretch out. The back as well. I sometimes feel like you can hang out here all day. This is a good one. Sustainable, you know. It's not one of these big energy draining moves. Hopefully anything energy draining in this class is short-lived, you know, it's just a little spurt of something. And then there's more of these kind of moves. Relaxation poses, switch off poses. Just as I'm saying that, I'm bringing you into a strong one. So slowly come up, bend your knees. Walk your heels and toes a little closer together. Goddess pose, for those of you who know it. You're probably thinking, oh, don't be too long at this now. Bring your elbows onto your thighs, and that bit usually feels perfectly fine. You're after coming in, you need your knees over your heels. So if your knees are way in here, you're going to move those heels in a little bit more. Now lower the bum, lift the chest. Let's get strong. Reach the arms out. There you should feel your quads. Real hot thigh muscle exercise. Squeeze your bum muscles. How about arms up? Nasty, isn't it? You've done it. Well done. Oh, come up. Shake out the arms. Your body deserves a treat. I can tell you after that. It's going to get it. Bring those feet all the way together now. All the way together. And we're going to hug ourselves. What a hug. Close your eyes here. And just give yourself some breath. Some love, some kindness. It is a little shoulder blade stretch too, which is nice. Then whatever arm you have on top, just note it. Reach your arms out wide. And then hug yourself with the other arm on top. Don't you deserve that hug? Big breath in and out. And then release the arms. And I'll meet you up at the top of your mat. Come on up there. Okay, left leg back. Not for a warrior, but for a deep hamstring stretch. So we want both feet pointing forwards. You have that? Especially the back foot. The two knees are bent, but it is not a lunge where you're leaning into the front leg. It's actually the opposite. I need you to almost lean into the back leg. And now I want you to put your hands on your hips, stick the bum out behind you as you lean and tilt your upper body forwards. But the goal is to straighten the front knee. So if you're lunging into the front knee, you won't get the effect here. Straighten it by pushing your hips and bum out behind you. Welcome the hamstring stretch. It's there. Strong hamstring stretch there. We'll make it a touch stronger now by reaching the arms out like a bird, like wings. Push down, interesting this one now, into the big toe that you can see down there in front of you. Just the big toe. Don't worry about all the toes. Don't grip all the toes, but just keep the big toe grounded. Move the hips back a fraction more. Wow, that's a big stretch. Okay, hands on the hips. Bend the front knee and step forwards. And then we change sides. So try not to be on a tightrope now, because that obviously will make you feel quite unstable. 2 knees are bent. That's the goal here to start. But the back heel is very solidly grounded. So that will dictate where your foot goes. If the calf is very tight, it'll be here. If you've got good ankle flexibility, it's way back. You got it? That'll all come with time. Let's stick the bum out behind us, tilt forward, straighten the front knee. Now, interesting here, just as an example, I feel this way more in my calf than my hamstring, and maybe someone else is feeling that too. I did on the other side. Stick the bum out behind, push the hips out, arms float. We're getting the work done here. We are taking care of ourselves. Keep sending the bum out behind you though, so that the real effort now to push that bum back toward the back of your mat, the wall behind you. Okay, bend the front knee, hands onto the hips, step it forwards, and then inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step it back to downward dog. And then you're coming from there into child's pose. So the knees come down and you ease all pressure off the body and you find a place that works for you to flow down here. We look for ease here, kind of tease out what you need to have a rest, to have some sense of ease, calmness, slowness. It doesn't all have to be go to be effective. This is primarily for your spine, to give it some space. There's a very subtle stretch for your underarm and upper shoulder area, like under the shoulder area. Take your arms straight out ahead of you. So where you are now positioned, your armpits will be a certain distance from the mat, okay? And that's normal. But the stretch, the little extra thing to do here, is gently turn your head to one side, as if you're trying to push one armpit towards the mat, gently. And then turn your head to the other side, like you're trying to encourage the other armpit towards the mat. And repeat. And you can just alternate that a couple of times, especially if you feel like it gives you a stretch where you could do it. There are a lot of vessels in there, a lot of lymph glands that just get a little assistance here when we do something like this. It's like pumping something or promoting how the body naturally works. Now bring those elbows back in towards you. Rest your head down somewhere low. And take a moment just to shrug your shoulders, shoulder blades, upper back body now, just giving it some natural movement. Come forwards. Lie on your side. Prop your head somewhere so that it's really comfy. Bend both knees. Big breath in and out here. And now what I'd like to do is fingertip walk your free hand on top as far out as it can go. Just as far out as it can go. As far out as it can go. And the very simple exercise now is just to press that palm into the ground. Stay breathing. The work here is getting a stretch across the shoulder blade area by pressing that palm into the ground. There isn't anything else to it. But it's a lovely little stretch for the lower shoulder blade area. The muscles in between the shoulder blades and the spine, they're called your rhomboids. Out of curiosity, if you are thinking, I wonder what they are. Oh, lovely. And then just bring that arm back in again. Roll right over, and we'll do the other side. Nice little easy one, isn't it? So get low and comfortable. And then the top arm. Just fingertip walk it as far as it goes. It'll hit a limit. There'll be a point where you need to add length to your arm to go any further. You've got your limit, and then you work. Then you press the palm into the floor. Breathe. Always when we're working on areas around your lungs, there's more of a kind of a default to hold your breath. That's normal, but I'll remind you to kind of override that and get your breath in. Press the palm down, strong, keep going with it. Notice where you're feeling it, likely all around mid, upper back, shoulder blade, skin. The deeper the breath here, the bigger the stretch too. And from such a nice, easy move, we're going to roll onto our back and we're going to get cozy, warm, and ready for stillness, for Shavasana. Because I'd like to guide you through something very special, and I'd like you to make the most of it and find your comfort zone. Throw on a blanket, put on socks. You actually cool down quicker than you think when you stop moving. So get cozy and I'll guide you. If anyone's ever heard of Yoga Nidra is yoga to promote sleep. It's very restorative. What we'll do now this evening is just a little taster of it. I'm thinking of doing Yoga Nidra sessions over the summer maybe, or September, October when I can't move as much. I'm thinking later on. So just you get a feel for if you like this kind of thing or not. I'd say yoga. It's probably one of the easiest meditations you can do. There are no mental challenges, no kind of count your breath challenges, none of that. It's very gentle. The aim is to promote relaxation and a very deep, nurturing rest. We're making any little adjustments now that you might need to, so that you can enjoy it. You can really let yourself go with it. Of course, if you need to move at any stage, do. Making sure there are no cool or cold areas, that you are tucked and warm. We start by very, very gently lowering the chin so that you lengthen the back of your neck. You could imagine it as if you're sliding your head up the mat just a tiny bit. Soften the expression on your face. Let go of all holding in the body. Take a deep, restorative breath in, and a long, steady, slow breath out. Experience the whole body melting down. Sinking deeper with every exhalation. We bring our awareness to the contact points between ourselves and the mat. And in particular now, we'll move to the right side of our body and our mind. We'll become aware of the entire right side of the body. Become aware of the right side of your face. Relax the right side of your face. Become aware of the right side of your neck. Relax the right side of your neck. Become aware of the entire right arm, the right shoulder, down to the right elbow, down to the right wrist. Visualize the right hand, the right thumb, the right index finger, the right middle finger, the right ring finger, and the right little finger. Visualize the natural curve inwards of your fingers. And relax the entire right arm. Become aware of your right chest, waist, and hip area. Relaxing the right chest, waist, and hip area. And becoming aware of the entire right leg. From your right hip down towards your knee, down towards your right foot. You visualize the right foot, top of the foot, all of the toes, the ball of the foot, the heel of the foot, and the sole of your right foot. And we relax the entire right leg. The entire right side of your body now completely relaxed. And we gently move our awareness over to the left side of our body, the entire left side of your body. We bring our awareness to the left side of our face. And we relax the left side of our face. Becoming aware of the left side of our neck. And relaxing the left side of our neck. Aware of the entire left arm, the left shoulder, down to the left elbow, down to your left wrist. Visualizing your left hand, your left thumb, your left index finger, your left middle finger, your left ring finger, and your left little finger. Visualizing the natural curve of your fingers. And we relax the entire left arm. We bring our awareness to the left side of our chest, our left waist, and our left hip area. And we relax the left side of the chest, the waist, and the left hip area. Moving down the left leg, visualizing the entire left leg from the left hip down towards the left knee and into the left ankle. And now visualizing the left foot and the entire left foot, the top of the foot, all of the toes, the ball of the left foot, the heel of the left foot, and the sole of your left foot. Relaxing the left foot and relaxing the entire left leg. The entire left side of your body relaxing. Both sides of your body relaxing, at ease, content, and still. Allowing you a few moments to be with your breath, to continue to feel that ease and enjoy your peace and quiet. Experiencing how the whole body has softened, how your whole body is having a rest, and how you are looking after your needs. Please feel free to stay in this position for longer. You're at home. But for those of you who would like to adjust your position, would like to move, would like to stretch, you can slowly begin to do so at your own pace now. And even in lying, you can do your little namaste. Well done, everybody. Have a great evening. Namaste. I'll see you soon. I don't want to wake anyone up.